Hey guys, my name is Ina, and if you're watching this video, I would like to officially welcome you to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about trying to overcome perfectionism and learning how to trust my creative process. Just to give you a little bit of a backstory, when I was younger, I used to be fearless. Fearless in the sense that I never really cared what people said about my art, and all I cared about was creating art. During those times, I was relentless. I would be creating art nonstop. I would stay up all night creating art, and I would be sitting in class just either sketching or writing stories instead of listening to my teachers. I would be sitting in the lobby of my dormitory, and I would just be sitting there with a sketch pad and trying to find things to sketch, or I would be sitting with my guitar trying to learn new songs or trying to sing songs with my friends, or I would be painting in the middle of the night. The bottom line is about this backstory is that when I was younger, I never really cared about anything. I didn't really think about anything else but creating. And I don't know how to explain it exactly, but my creative process then was chaotic, now that I'm thinking about it. Chaotic in the sense that I never really planned anything. When I'm painting something, I never really had a vision in my mind of what I wanted to paint. I don't have a clear picture of what I wanted to paint, how I wanted it to look afterwards. But fast forward, after I graduated, I think that's when my issue started developing. I kind of have this thought, in my mind that school kind of ruined me. Because I studied communication arts in college, and of course it was very technical, and then I tried to really hone my skills, especially in writing, that I became super technical, and I think it kind of damaged my process because I kind of developed this sort of perfectionism. And when I came to Dubai and I got my second job here in Dubai, which was I was like a digital executive for a PR and marketing agency, and I was making all these social media plans for clients, and of course I had to take pictures and write captions, and back then my boss was a real perfectionist. I mean, there's nothing wrong about being a perfectionist as long as it's not hindering you from doing what you're supposed to do. But the thing is, after a while, I noticed that I was developing perfectionism in myself as well. So even when I'm trying to write for myself, I'm having difficulty just expressing myself, because I've developed this notion in my mind that every word, every stroke, every move, every click on the camera has to be final and perfect, and I cannot commit any mistakes. And in my attempt to fix that, I tried to learn the creative process of the people I look up to. That didn't really work out. I think that kind of worsened my perfectionism, and then so I think I kind of developed anxiety because of this. And after I moved to my new job, I could feel myself being affected by this issue. I was the way that I'm positioned in our office is that I'm very visible to everyone. So it's by the hallway, so like everyone can see what I'm doing. And in my office, I'm a graphic designer. So you can easily be judged with whatever you're doing, just by looking at your screen, and then sometimes I would feel like, especially when I hear people laughing around me, I have this tendency to feel or to think that they're laughing at my work and laughing at me. And I have this thinking that, like they're talking about me, saying that how can she even be called a graphic designer when she doesn't even know how to design and stuff like that. So it was a very tough time, but I kind of learned that instead of, like running away from that situation or from that feeling, it's better to face it. It's very important to get hold of your inner dialogue, because it's really not the truth. You wouldn't be. I just realized that I will not be in that place if I was not skilled enough. So after getting over that, I was able to kind of get hold of my situation, and I think I was doing better at my job. But in my personal projects, I was still not in a good place. I would have these good moments when I took interest in photography. I would bring my friend with me to go on photo walks and do fashion shoots, and I would be uploading them on my Instagram. And I would get compliments from my friends or from my family or from strangers, or my model friends would tell me that someone was complimenting the pictures and they were asking who took it, and then stuff like that. And then I would be really happy. And then there would be times when I would look back on those pictures that I have posted on Instagram, and then I would be just thinking, like, what is this? Like, what does this even mean? Like, does this even matter? Like, it's not even good. And I would feel so stupid for thinking, previously thinking that it was so good that I had to post it and promote myself, And then I would end up archiving everything and clearing my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, like, my friends, my closest friends have noticed this, that my feed will constantly change. Like some of my posts will disappear and then they will reappear at some point again when my mind is doing okay. And then, I just realized that I was self-sabotaging, because not only was I archiving a lot of my work on Instagram, I also did something so much worse. Because when I was new in Dubai, I have tried to start a blog. I have tried to start a blog multiple times, and then I would be feeling bad again, and then I would be deleting them and clearing the trash, just for good measure. I also deleted a lot of my stories, a lot of my poems, and then it's the same thing, I delete it and then I clear the recycle bin or the trash, just for good measure, just to make sure that I cannot even retrieve them. And then I have all these notebooks as well where I used to write poetry, and I've thrown them away because I felt like they didn't mean anything, that they were not good at all. And yeah, so whenever I think about those things that I've thrown away, I really feel bad. because I've always said that I wanted to be a writer, but I don't really have anything to show for it, because everything I've done in the past is all gone. And it's also similar to some of my photography stuff, especially for my old company. I did a lot of photography in the 3 years that I was there, and it was supposed to be like a very important time for me, because that's when I was really learning new things, and that's when I was starting as a photographer. And I don't have that part of my journey with me, because it's a similar story. I've deleted everything. And yeah, so I think that was one of my lowest points in this journey, in this creative journey. Speaking of lowest points, I'm actually trying to recover from another low point that I've been through. This actually just happened, a few days ago, and I think it's still actually happening. I just have this feeling of not being good enough, and I'm like the perfectionism is taking over me again. Like I wanted to be consistent in doing personal projects and creating art for myself again, and I did it for quite a while. I was taking a lot of pictures. I even tried taking pictures of myself in order for me to actually fully express what I was feeling and say what I have to say. And then I whenever I try to come up with something, my head would just be, I don't know how to explain it, but it really hurts physically whenever I try to think of ideas. And like I said before, I never really acted on anything. I don't want to act on anything unless I know each and every step that I have to take. And it's like, if I'm gonna plan it, it's gonna be planned completely, and I will not be straying from that plan, and it has to be executed perfectly. But the truth is, in reality, it's not like that. And especially for my process, I had to really think back to my childhood and compare how I am now and how I was before, in order for me to realize what's wrong. And I think I termed this, when I was talking to my friend, I told him that it was like I was, because like creativity is madness, and basically I was trying to control the madness, when madness is the one that's actually allowing me to freely express myself. Because I realized that I am able to create art by letting myself free, or setting myself free. I just realized that I really have to get out of my head in order for me to really create good art. And I mean, it's very hard to do. It's easier said than done, but it's actually the secret for me to be able to at least have a chance of being a great artist someday. So like right now, I'm just I'm feeling really proud of myself that I was able to do this first YouTube video. I have no idea how I'm looking right now, but I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying not to take myself too seriously, because that's another thing that's gonna hold me back from doing this consistently. I have no idea if this is like a comprehensive video at all, but I hope that you're able to relate to my story, and I hope that if there was any advice that I have left here somewhere, that it will help you in your creative journey too. So as of right now, I don't really know where this channel is gonna go moving forward, but I have a really strong feeling that it's mostly going to be about the creative process and, you know, trying to live a creative life. And yeah, so I would probably share with you some of the work that I have done as well. I post on Instagram as well some of my work in terms of photography and writing, so follow me on there, so that we can, you know, follow each other's creative journey. If you made it till the end of the video, just leave a comment below, maybe like a waving hand emoji, or if you want to also share a little bit about your creative process, or if you have any suggestions on how to overcome perfectionism, or if you have any suggestions on what you want to talk about on the next video, just let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!